Why are Western baby boomers so conservative, despite living through one of the most hedonistic decades of all time? Assuming you are talking about the 60s, hippies were not the majority. That's just TV and movies making you think that. Aside from that, it's a general truism that people get more conservative as they age, raise a family, and have some money. Basically, the premise of your question is kind of off. Well, hedonism is a broadly selfish ethos, screw everything, I'm doing what I want, and conservatism's core of everyone else should have done as well as I did also panders to selfish impulses, so they're just following the lessons they've learned. After the depressed, confused fatalism of the silent generation, it was kinda inevitable that the boomers would turn their backs on all that pain and privation and take a more self-oriented position. Generation X, in turn, were thrown back to depression and fatalism by the lack of support and opportunity and, often, parenting that the boomers provided. Caught between two introspective, mopey, unhappy generations, the boomers and their woohoo, screw consequences and the rest of ya, I'm going to enjoy myself, become particularly visible. Of course, Gen X, having been brought up so eccentrically, have become helicopter parents, way too protective and ambitious for their kids. So the digital natives are growing up anti-authoritarian and disinterested in the social patterns. So it goes. I disagree. My view is that most of them didn't know. They were told they could have this and that, and so they had it. We would have done the same. The problem is that people promised them an unsustainable standard of living in the first place. That makes sense, and seeing that Generation Zers who weren't raised by the woohoo boomer tend away from helicoptering only justifies your answer. Not all of the baby boomers were liberal. In fact, the student movement was a minority and fighting an uphill battle. Also, protests often targeted veterans in a way that made them resent the movement. Former Vietnam vets and career military men probably aren't the most progressive these days as a result. Just one of many possibilities. Baby boomers have never been either liberal or conservative. As a group asterisk, they have been looking for their own interests from day one. When they were asked to die as teenagers, they caused a revolution, 60s, and overthrew centuries of paternal tradition. When they were asked to enter the job market and marry, they made damn sure it was a hedonistic lifestyle that led the way. Hip 20-something couples swinging and drinking 70s. When they matured into their 30s, they started to fight to get what was theirs, and the 80s were born. Now in the 90s the next generation came of age, and like the runt of the litter, it's a generation bitter, constantly waiting for our turn in the sun. Notable heroes: Prince Charles, Wilson Phillips. The 40-something boomers, on the other hand, hunkered down and demanded that every radio station play American Pie and Stairway to Heaven in constant rotation. Now we come to the past 14 years. The boomers are aging and retiring. They don't give two fucks over left versus right. What they care about is who can keep the party going for them a little longer. Slash all the schools, let the roads turn to mud, but no one will ever touch Social Security or Medicare. Left or right? Why do you think when it comes to the politics of the seniors, their key issues both the left and the right are in complete accordance? TL, DRS versus them trumps left versus right. Asterisk okay, let's talk macro versus micro. As individuals, a baby boomers can be left/right/conservative/progressive/libertarian/crazy whatever. As a group though, the herd moves in predictable patterns. I would dispute the premise that Western baby boomers are so conservative. On what is that premise based? Got any facts to back it up, or is this just the case where you live? Well, they did vote for Reagan and Bush twice each. And Romney in the last election. The boomer generation created, supported, and still maintain many conservative policies. Baby boomers are all about themselves. Meh. When you're young, you want to play around and have fun and have no authority, parents, boss, government to listen to. Liberalism is to your advantage. But once you've gotten older and gotten some power and money of your own, conservatism is to your advantage. So selfish people switch allegiances. It's not just baby boomers, it's a general trend for people to grow more conservative with age. Though many women become more liberal, as women are at the height of their power when they have the beauty of youth, and many therefore feel disempowered as they age.